All right, welcome to Diary of an Average Reseller. I am just coming back from securing this vintage G.I. Joe bundle. Um, I have no clue what's in here. It's kind of like a blind bundle. I know that it's a lot of 80s to 2000 G.I. Joes. There's some modern stuff in here too. Some 2010, 2012s. It's supposed to be vehicles, accessories. Um, I even see some Ninja Turtles in here. So we got to kind of piece this thing out, man. I paid 175 for it, and we're gonna do what we do. We're gonna start looking stuff up and really coming to terms with the value that we have here. We're gonna sort them out by era, and then price them individually to what needs to get put in lots. But I think starting off, we need to go ahead and start taking them out. I don't know if I'm even gonna be able to fit them all on my table. My table is big, but I don't know if it's that big. But I'll start off by just kind of pulling out the dolls. I know that this one's modern. This one's more modern. I think this one's from the movie. Do I have any more? This is that Sigma series G.I. Joe. I know these aren't really that valuable at all. Um, what else we got here? We got some other toys here, so I'm gonna have to part out some of these other toys too. We got Thanos, we got Ninja Turtle Meta Head, another Ninja Turtle Splinter, another Ninja Turtle in here. So definitely a variety of toys, but but these are good. This right here, what's this? 2012, 2013. This one here is easily a $10 to $15 toy. This one right here is also a $10 to $15 toy. So, if you got these, mixed in, that's great. Again, a bigger figure. All right, we got some vehicles. Man. Okay. Got vehicles in here, weapons, um, tanks. Okay. I'm just trying to really just kind of get these other items out. We got some pants here. Nothing in there. And then, wow, okay, this is a lot. Okay. This is definitely a lot. This is already, to me, worth the 175. Just looking at it, blindly looking at it. Um, Again, I don't know the value of everything, but when you start pulling up things like accessories and all of that stuff, you're definitely hitting in the right direction, because people don't really know, but like the accessories for G.I. Joe are actually valuable themselves. Um, Big time, especially if they're vintage. All right, so man, so I guess we're gonna start pulling these out, man. This is gonna be, this might have to be a multi-part bundle, because a multi-part video. This is a lot. Okay, I think what I'm gonna end up doing, we're gonna have to move this. I have to move this down. I don't think I can keep it up here while I work. So I think we'll just get started. I think what I'll do is I'll just kind of put a group on the table, and then we'll just kind of just start sorting them from there. We got another Ninja Turtle. What year is this one from? This is a 2002. So again, another vintage turtle. Yeah, this is an insane lot right here. They thought there was about 40 toys in here. There's way more than 40 toys in here. So it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna start trying to piece these out, and from there it will be easier to kind of get an idea of even where we are now. In terms of like where to start, how to identify GI Joes, If you're talking about GI Joes, the original 1982 3 3/4 figures, their elbows bend, but their elbows don't rotate like this. So that's how you can already tell that, if it's from the original 1982 line. And then the way you can tell that if it's more modern is the Real American Hero original line had the rubber band. Was it the O circle or whatever it's called, or the O ring? I think it's called the O ring, that rubber band. And so this is clearly more modern because it rotates at the chest. Like, it doesn't have that. So we know that this is a remake. So just from that alone, we can start by just kind of sorting those out. So again, I don't even know if some of these are GI Joes, but again, like I said, if it doesn't have the twist, then we already know from the very beginning. Now, like for instance, this one right here, we know, like, see that rubber band? If I pull it back like that, we know this is an original Storm Shadow. But it's from the after 1982 though, because the arms rotate all the way around. But I know that this is OG. He's got that band. Again, this is another one. You kind of even tell by just what it's made out of. And I am terrible at being able to name GI Joes. I can't even tell you who's who, what's what. But I know that, like, there's so many. And what happens is you have like you have you end up having Joes that are like just regular GI Joe figures, and then you have obviously more notable characters who are worth more, like, your Snake Eyes, your Storm Shadows, your Duke, your Flint, all of that. So but again, like I said, these are kind of easy to break down. Just even looking at this one, doesn't even move. I don't even know what this one is. Might not even be a GI Joe. But we do got some originals in here, and that's the good thing. So right now we're just going through and we're just sorting out who's who, what's what. It's always cool to look at the details of like how far toys have come. And just like how like GI Joe is a staple on like being able to like, full rotation of the characters, that's how they kind of got their fame, is like, in the Barbie era, creating these toys that were not just action figures but posable. Like, they were really big on having characters that were posable, and you can see it like even now with these characters. All right, so like I said, right now we're just kind of in the process of just sorting out. We got so many different things here going on. I don't even know kind of where to start. I'm gonna need another box. There's just so many. Okay, so that's we're gonna need like a accessories box. There's so much stuff, I can't just keep it all together. It's a great problem though, right? It's a great problem to have. Let me also sort out these non-GI Joes. Just kind of put these to the side. All right. We just have so much stuff. I know this is a OG, so far not bad. Got a lot of OGs. Like I said, the person said there's about 40 to 50 toys in here, but this is clearly going to be way more than 40 toys. Another OG. I can tell some of them I know just by looking. It's funny the quality of the newer ones, and then like I can tell like the more modern ones structurally versus like these are like structurally very different versus like these. But these are also like, these are from 2003, so these are like still very much vintage. So yeah, these are 2003. So like Lennar, like they're all vintage um, GI Joes. So that's what's cool about it is like you're looking at different eras of Joes, but they're all still vintage. This is movie Storm Shadow. Oh, that one. And I guess, and that would be like your later ones when you get into the movies, versus like have a lot of different Storm Shadows here. I mean, there's like accessories galore in here, and the crazy thing about the accessories, right? Just as a side point, is like the accessories for vintage toys are worth sometimes more than the toys themselves, because that's what the completionists are really looking for. They're looking for the ability to kind of finish those sets. So, you know, you want that. You want accessories for sure. All right, this is so many. It's just so many toys. It's insane. This is gonna take me forever to truly like go through everything, but I'm perfectly fine with that. Random. And it's like as I'm getting to the bottom of the box, I'm looking at tons of accessories, guys. Tons. I don't know. Like I said, 175 for this lot, and it's looking very, very strong. Honestly, very, very strong. I just want to get a figure, an accurate figure count is one of my biggest things, so I can put a value on each individual toy. Like a unit number. That's a unit ratio, so I just know like is every toy worth $1? Is every toy worth $3? You know, I was trying to come in at about $3.50 was where I wanted to be around. But if I'm anything lower than $3, I'm in a great place. Being that like GI Joes themselves, you know, the right Joe can sell for $15 to $20 by itself. So you definitely want to be anywhere in that range of $3 or less, $3.50 or less would be a great point. And I think I'm well above that. I think this is more than 40 toys already. I mean, again, like I'm still pulling out, you know, shit like this too. So. This is insane, man. And then now, like I said, we're still getting old Joes too. So just even the process, and funny enough, they're actually not in bad condition either. And so, you know, with these being toys that were clearly played with, they're not all beat up and stuff. Like, pretty good. Now I will say I don't see any body like Destro. As I said that I just picked up my first Destro, but this is a more modern Destro. But I don't see like any Destros, any Cobra Commanders, like very much so. You already know, like that's very important. If you can to have those really important characters. Well, we got some good ones though, but you know, I'm always looking for like those notable characters, those lead characters, so to say, and not just the randoms. But these are definitely like, I mean, we got some loose bands and loose O bands, which is very common for these toys. But the cool thing about vintage GI Joes is they also sell really well as parts, right? So when you start picking up broken bands, like that's fine. Like these sell. People want the parts, and there's nothing wrong with selling the parts. And that also is really great because there's nothing that does not have value. But the sheer amount of GI Joes that are in this bin, I think is just insane. I knew it was going to be a good grab, but I had no clue at all that we were gonna be walking in this right here. This is great, actually. This is great. And looking at these accessories, it almost makes me feel like a lot of these accessories for the actual figures are down here, and that it's gonna take a really long time to price these out. It's gonna take a really long time, and I'm not a toy expert. I just got into toys, so that by itself is something, right? Because I just got into toys, so I'm still learning a lot about toys. So I'm not able to like look at these and on first glance feel like, oh man, like I know that character, I know that character. I'm in my 40s, so I know a couple of them by sight, you know, just in general, because I watched the cartoon, I read the comic, but nowhere near enough to give any relevant value. I just know that there's so many figures here that we're going to be able to turn a major profit. And I do mean major. I think that this is going to be a major profit. And, you know, hopefully y'all like videos like this. Again, this is Diary of an Average Reseller. I don't have all the glitz, the glamour, the fame. This is just like me really showing you what I do. I got this lot from Facebook Marketplace. I talked to the guy for the last week, and we came to a deal in a time, and I was able to go get these. And so, you know, that just shows you like how realistically this works. You know, it's not always going to be that you walk in a thrift store and find stuff. Sometimes you have to really get lucky, and I get lucky a lot because I'm always looking. I'm always looking for deals. I'm always looking for sales and people who like just have cool stuff like this. And you know, one major factor, and I say this a lot, is your capital, right? The more capital you have, the more you can shop. So I think that him listing this bundle at $250, which this is well worth $250, and me getting it taught down was great, but coming in at $250 just to start, you would have to have the capital to be able to invest $250. You know what I mean? And so like, does everybody have $250 to buy some toys that you're gonna have to now you know, sort through and lot out and, you know, research and all? Like, everybody doesn't have that, and I think like that's a big part of this, is the fact that we had the capital to just make this purchase. We have the space to store it, the time to go through it, and so, because it's gonna take that, to be, I guess, worth it in the end. But we got that time. I am just now almost finished sorting through. Just another Ninja Turtle. Okay, I'm almost finished sorting through this bin. Man, I'm actually speechless. There's so many toys in here. So we are going to go through all of these, and it's gonna take us some time. This is definitely not a is this the Juggernaut? No, that's not the Juggernaut. Who is this? Somebody from Marvel. There's definitely so many toys to look up and sort out, and I'm gonna have to make, I can already see lots of, oh, we got a good one. Anything with that tiger stripe or that that animal, that snake print, those are from the Sergeant Slaughter line. I know that, and so that's a good one that we just pulled right there. Yeah, we got, man, I mean, these are all 80s right here, so, you know, that is a lot. We have a lot of 80s, even though we didn't pull any Cobra Commanders. That's okay. That is okay. That's perfectly fine. I think I just got out the last Nope. Nope, I did not. I didn't even get through the last of my figures. I think I just got the last of my figures, and I look, and there is even more. So, okay, I think I got all my figures. All right. Woof. Okay. And what's crazy is we still have all of these accessories. Like, this is insane. But let's go ahead and do a count. We can see where we're at. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I was well over 40 because we got 31 vintage. Okay. Give me 1 second. I need to kind of separate these out. So let me get a box real quick. All right. So, thank you for your patience with that. I had to make some boxes, but yeah, it's too many. It's too many to just keep like this. So we got 31 vintage, and I'm gonna have to look them up, but I'm gonna have to look them up in like sections because this is just way too much to do at one time. But nice start, 31 vintage Joes. Good start. All right, 31. All right, so let's keep it going. We're at 31. I need to remember that number. You write it on the box. All right, so we got 31 from the 80s. I guess I got to stop saying vintage because they're all vintage. All right, so let's look at these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. We'll just put this in this 77. So we have 77 vintage to modern. And I don't even think any of these are actually modern, but 77. So we're already over 100. We're already at 108. Wow. Which means our value is less than $2 a figure. We are very, very up. So we're at 77 with this one. Ooh-wee. Okay. 77. Okay, so that puts us at 77 here. Where did I put my pen? Not even including accessories. Jeez. Okay. So we're at 77. All right. And then we still got these. So now we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll count the other characters and we'll count the vehicles too. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'll say that's 11, so we'll say 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we'll look at that as 22. And I mean, again, the accessories themselves can be pieced out, but we'll look at that as 22. So we're gonna go ahead and look up that math. So rounding it down, or rounding it up, whatever, rounding it. We got 22 plus 77 plus 31. That gives us 130 figures slash vehicles. So obviously, to know like the value, you would just go 175 divided by 130. And that puts us at $1.35 each character. It's safe to say we are doing very well at $1.35 a character. This is great. This is great. $1.35 a character. The upside of this lot is going to be insane. It's gonna take a lot of research, a lot of research, but I am so ready. So thank you all for joining me on this unboxing, this reveal, and man, I can't wait to see what we get from it. So stay tuned. I think I'm gonna do like some live comp lookups. That'll probably be the next video, and we'll just kind of go from there. But again, this is Diary of an Average Reseller, and I appreciate you all joining me.